Hello, everyone. It's your favorite short bus rider. And how many of you can really say that you've ridden the short bus since day one, day negative one, day zero? Not a lot. So, yeah, here we are. Yeah, you read that title correctly. Special education is in danger. I'm not gonna beat around the bush, guys. Like, the effort and actually, before I get into going hard on the administration, whatever, bro. I'm just gonna say, bros, I know that um RFK supposedly is gonna take care of enforcing things from the laws that protect disabled and neurodivergent individuals like 504 and IDEA 2004 and stuff like this. I know that, but especially considering recent comments he's made about autistic people, you think I really trust RFK, bro? Of course not. Of course I don't, bro. Um So yeah, man, special education is in danger, guys. It just is. Like the things that allowed me to get an education from elementary school to um my master's degree are are under attack. They're being dismantled. And not only an education, an accessible education, one in which I had assistive technology like a computer, like um s- speech to text software, like accessible digital books. Even though I still prefer physical, having textbooks in that format and stuff like that, excuse me, was a godsend. Um I'll show you guys what I physically do to physical books at a later date, or I may have already shown it in a few videos. I think in my Nathaniel Hawthorne video, I show what I do to books, and this is not my fault. I am spastic. I can barely control my muscle movement. That's why you see so much shaking right now on your screen. And, like, I was bust. Guys, I grew up a poor immigrant, dog. Like, I was literally bust to a separated, let's say, I can't say the other S word because, again, that's woke. Even though, like, I literally live that. Like, I was bust to a richer majority white area for all of my school career because the poorer schools could not afford to give me the services I needed to succeed. Now, does that mean that I always put in my best effort? No, especially in high school, I was going through a lot. But what teenager doesn't go through a lot? What teenager doesn't stumble? You know, I'm allowed to make mistakes. I'm allowed to not be the model minority. I don't live to to satisfy Dan Smith in rural South Carolina who thinks that we should all just pick ourselves up by our bootstraps, or Karen, man. Um we should at least have the opportunity to try. And guess what, guys? I corrected my mistakes. And without the support that I had, my individualized education plan, all of my advocates, from my mother to my physical and occupational therapists. That's another thing. Like, I wouldn't be as healthy as I am without that either. I wouldn't have been introduced to lifting weights had I not had that physical therapy time in school facilitated by the Department of Education. Um, and there's just so much stuff, man, that that will no longer exist. The educational regime which allowed me to succeed is most likely not gonna be here. And once again, I know RFK is in charge, but I don't trust RFK or the the Cheeto dusted man in the Oval Office. Guys, I'm a proud short bus rider. And even more than that, guys. Like, you do realize that, like, my only opportunity to work came from the fact that as part of disability accommodations, I was able to take one extra year of high school. So I graduated high school at 19, but in that uh time, I basically just took like 2 or 3 elective classes. I was going to the local community college. Now, I didn't pass in those classes. That was my own fault. I should have picked easier classes to start out with. And I was working technically in an internship at my high school, interpreting for immigrant students and helping out what they called Learning for Life, which is where they teach um individual students with disabilities about what they call ADLs, activities of daily living, going out and traveling, using the bus system, counting change. Um in my case, because the internship stuff was kind of just a way to get me into it, even though I wasn't intellectually disabled, but like applying for health insurance, doing not necessarily tax related stuff, but I did learn how to like get around the IRS website because I needed a certificate of non filing, apply for benefits, all of the things that uh um Trump supporters say they want in schools. Guess what? In my blue state, we had that for disabled kids, my guys. I literally lived that. I literally took advantage of those programs. And guess what, Trump supporters? I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about the South, bro. I'm from Florida. Like, I grew up in Florida. What, like I'm worried about Appalachia, guys, because obviously it's gonna affect people of color like me, Latinos and blacks, more than any other group, but it's also gonna affect you guys, bro. I'm worried for you guys. I don't want your kids to go without their needed services, not in Florida, not in Appalachia, not in inner city New York or Chicago, especially not, man. So, I mean, we'll see, man, but it's not looking good. I just wanted to vent about that. And please call whoever you can. Um, your representatives, let them know how mad you are. I've been calling over this past month and stuff about the proposed um social security and education cuts, man. Just, you know, do what you can, please, because special education is in danger. All right, bye.